Welcome, Leos, to your April 2024 monthly reading. So we're tapping into all of you Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Leos out there. Welcome in. Welcome, Jupiter. We'll make him a space. As usual, it seems like he's not on the table, and then as soon as I start the camera, he wants to join in. So welcome, Jupiter, as well. And as we know, Jupiter is a sign of luck and brings in luck. So maybe that's a sign for you, Leos, that April is going to be your lucky month. So today, it's just a general read for the month. So we're kind of, as I always explain, it's tapping into the collective of you Leos out there and getting any, I kind of ask for any guidance or wisdom that is in your best and highest interest for you in the month of April to help you, support you, protect you, give you information to guide you on your path forward. So since we already kicked off the eclipse season in March, that was March 25th, we had the lunar eclipse. In April, on April 8th, we are actually, we have the solar eclipse happening. And same as all eclipse energy, it's going to be intense. They're very transformational energies. And really, they're pushing up anything from the depths, bringing it up for us to really process, face, deal with, make decisions, make changes. And, you know, again, anything that we haven't wanted to look at, anything we're in denial about, or anything that's not serving us, anything we want to change, those are things that the eclipses are really going to put in the forefront and ask us to, like I said, deal with process. So this solar eclipse coming up on the 8th, actually, so the signs that it's going to impact the most is actually, I think it's Virgo, let me remember it, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, and there's one more. I'll put that in the description for you all after I post this, but I know for sure Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. It's going to impact everybody, but for those signs, it'll be more impactful, more strong. So I'm going to do the monthly a little different. I'm going to actually pull, because we're in eclipse season, I'm going to pull a Moonology Oracle card. And then I'm going to pull two kind of standard oracle cards, and then we'll dive into the tarot. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Which, as I'm doing this video, we are still in Aries season, and that will continue into the beginning of April. So for you Aries out there, definitely a fiery energy right now, but I think mixed with this, this eclipse, definitely going to bring up, I'm getting emotions, and you're going to feel a little fiery. So I think be aware of your emotions, Leo, for the month of April. I mean, climaxes can be good, positive and negative. So I think if we're more aware of watching our emotions and how we're feeling and not just reacting on automatic, but actually allowing ourselves to make an educated, aware, more response than a reaction, I think it's going to be better for you this month, Leos. So something to watch for. Okay. Unicorn Purity. So I definitely feel like there's like a purification happening for you. And just, it's like cleaning house, purifying your mental space, your energy body, and your emotional body. I'm getting wolf spirit, family. So I feel like this is really going to be tied to, I feel like your family in any sort of, again, imbalanced dynamics. I think that's what's going to be kind of triggering for you and bring about maybe this fiery climax. But there's some sense of this, again, this eclipse and this unicorn card asking you to, it's going to help purify and kind of cleanse any stuck, kind of block stuff with family or any family dynamics that you need to work through. It's going to ask you to do that this month. Jupiter, are you watching the reading? So Leo the lion, right? So we have our Lyran representative here watching over the reading. Leo's April. Hanged Man. Two of Cups. You're hung up on love. You're hung up on somebody. You're feeling stuck in regards to a relationship. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. I feel like that's someone not really seeing your value, or you don't feel valued in this relationship. There's some, like, it's like a differing of perspectives about what is of value. So this could be too, what are your values when it comes to love and relationships? And what do you want someone to bring to the table? Like, what are your values? And it seems like there definitely is somebody who has a differing approach to values. Like the Knight of Wands is somebody who's a little bit, it is kind of the immature knight of all the knights. They're a little immature. They're a little bit selfish, kind of focused on, you know, they're just living their life wanting to have a good time. They're not really serious about things. So very impulsive type energy. So again, there's that difference. And you want the King of Wands, right? So these are two, this is like the evolution, the evolved Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, right? So that's like a very responsible person. They really have like just, the King of Wands has the sense of power, especially when it comes to like what he's built in his life. He's really stabilized his life. I mean, he enjoys his life, but he's stable. He has purpose in his work and what he does. He's grown a lot. I mean, he's really built a stable foundation for himself, and he has a lot to offer. A very stable knight, committed knight, mature knight. And also, you know, I like to think of this king, sorry, he's also emotionally available. He has passion. He knows how to value things, especially in regards to relationships. Nine of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Three of Cups, and then we have the Ace of Cups, and then the Page of Cups. Yeah, I definitely feel like you're figuring out, like, you're at a place in your life where you want something and somebody of value and someone who aligns with your values. If you're single here, I would say, I feel like if you're single, there's potential here for two people, especially with this the Three of Cups and the Five of Swords. So you see in these two cards, there's three people in each card. and they're all kind of, there's some connection between the three. So I feel like maybe if you're single, Leo, you have two options out there, and one of them definitely is a better option for you, and you'll know. I feel like this Knight of Wands is attractive, but I don't feel like it's gonna be a good choice for like a long-term connection or like building any sort of future together. There is a person who definitely is the stronger candidate here. And I feel like they, you know, they both are single, but there's kind of a little bit of a triangle going on because I feel like they both are interested in you, but again, it's kind of a, there's three parties in this, right? And you don't want three parties, you want two. So I feel like you're a little bit challenged here with this decision. Here's a bit of like control. Five of Swords always is like, to me, like talks about control and trying to control a situation or control other people. This is, people do kind of are motivated to do this because they're trying to produce a certain outcome, right? So it doesn't mean that people are necessarily bad, but this could be you too. But it's just like you want a certain outcome and you're trying to control it to produce that outcome. And just to give you a little hint, if for some reason you're like really attracted to this Knight of Wands and you think that you can get them to change or to eventually, you know, be what you want them to be, I would say that's definitely not going to happen with this. But I think you're going to go to the 3 to the 2. And definitely like somebody is really offering this, like this page is really offering love, is offering commitment here. And with this Ace of Cups, this is like a big new beginning. And I feel like it's tied to this King of Wands. If you're not single, so that's one kind of interpretation of this reading. If you're single, if this is more related to family dynamics, you definitely have a mix of dynamics here. I feel like maybe too, when it comes to the male side of your family or the masculine side, maybe you have females in your family who are more masculine. But either way, whatever, how it resonates, I feel like there's an imbalance and it creates toxic, kind of unhealthy dynamics. It's not a mature, responsible connection here. And it's like you want to move from those connections to more, again, mature, you know, you can communicate. But there's like this kind of conflicting, battling, a little bit of manipulation going on within the family too unit. And I feel like this is just like between, it's not just between one person. I feel like this is between family members. And it's like time to really, again, purify any stuck emotions or dynamics that are tied to the family here. And that's, again, what's unfolding in April. Let's pull a couple more cards. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the 3 of Swords. So like you're actually applying and doing work on yourself, I feel, with this 8 of Pentacles. You're doing the internal work. And you're at a place where like you're really clear on the dynamics. You're very clear on the like unhealthiness of it all. And you're very clear on wanting to change and wanting to do things different. And you know what direction you want to go. Like you want to go in a new direction. You see yourself in a new place. You want to make changes here. And it's like you're moving ahead. And this 3 of Swords here, I mean, again, it's like the past to me, there's been a lot of heartache, and a lot of these dynamics have created heartache for you. Judgment. So it's like again, this is to me where the fiery climax come in, because it's almost like the universe again is stepping in with judgment to like, it's like purifying the heart. It's like a cleanse of the heart, and like all of these, again, wounds, heartaches, suffering from the past. It's like it's time to like, I feel like these have really been in the way for you, have kept you blocked. um it's kind of like burdens you've carried. It's like these scars, but it's like they have impacted you up until now in your life, but it's time to like, the universe is helping you here. I feel like this judgment energy is here to help. It's like they're stepping in from heaven and being like, we're here kind of to help you and save the day a little bit. I'm gonna get one more. Yeah, there's definitely deep emotions of suffering and loss and grief, or however you want to call. The Three of Swords is just past heartache, and it's really been emotionally impactful to you, and it's like time to like move forward past this. And not, I this could also be that you're not consciously always aware of this. Like you think like, oh well, yeah, it happened to me in the past or in my childhood, but like, I'm an adult now. And but some of you, I don't think you see how much this still impacts you. And I think this in April, you're really going to see like, oh, I didn't realize how much this is still impacting me. And this is where the fiery climax comes in. This is where like the Ace of Cups and the Judgment card. And I almost feel like this, with this Five of Swords here, I feel like these dynamics finally are like almost reach, again, climax. They reach an intensity that's highly visible, and you're highly aware, and you're like, whoa, like this is not good. This is unhealthy. And I need to like work on this. That could be too how you react to things. But in reality, all we have control of is of ourselves. Like we can't control other people. So if you constantly are trying to control others and get them to do things the way you want them to do it, or even though you are like, hey, I'm not the one that's toxic in this, like even in a family, like it's other people, but like I keep feeling like you want them to see it, and like your methods of trying to get them to see it are just, they're not going to see it. And you're not going to you're not going to be the one that shows them themselves. Like they have to figure that out on their own time. But as long as you're doing your own work on yourself to change your reactivity, to change or be more aware of your triggers, like you're going to move forward in your life in a good direction. And whatever ends up happening with everybody else or another person, you're not going to be, not that you're not going to care, but them moving forward with you isn't going to be as much of like a tie that binds you, right? Like you're going to move forward anyways and create a good life and find more harmony and do integration of any past traumas. And so you're moving in a good direction. Just seeing if we need to clarify anything here. Let's just get a card for this family wolf spirit card. Yeah, Ten of Wands. Yep, these are like family, again, family dynamics. These are burdens or like other people's baggage that you've been carrying as well, I'm picking up on from the family. I mean, this is just like, oh, like, again, just like carrying too much of the load too could be another thing for family members. So this really is tied to like connections in your life, family, or strong, connections. And April is a month that's really helping you to basically like let go of this Ten of Wands, like let go of other people's burdens and baggage. And this could be your own baggage from dealing with, your family for your entire life. But the Ten of Wands says that it's like the end of a cycle here. So this cycle of kind of this same sort of dynamics playing out, it's like time to shift and change these for yourself. So that's very positive, Leo. Because sometimes like we want change, but we're afraid of change, right? Because we're afraid of what we have to do, or maybe choices we have to make to create that change. And sometimes it does mean being very clear and blunt with people, Queen of Swords, like speaking your truth and just being clear, like speaking and communicating clearly about how you feel. And maybe communicating things that are hurtful for you and don't. And sometimes like people, and you probably know, right? You know the people that aren't going to be receptive to that. And it might rock the boat and people might respond negatively, but I think you need to come to a place in April where you're finally okay with that. Because I feel like I'm also picking up like are energetically blocked in the throat chakra. So you've never really had a voice. And other people aren't willing to hear your true feelings about situations because they don't want to change. And they're stuck in their own pain and their own dynamics with their past. So, but you don't want to be stuck in that same ancestral, you could say the ancestral karma that keeps passing and the same ancestral loops of your family. So the theme this month is really about family dynamics and family karma and kind of you finally ending that cycle for yourself. So good stuff. Leo, let's head over to the extended if you want to come with me. The link is below in the description. Let's look at the outcome of this, where you're headed, right? You can see this Queen of Swords has her hand out. Where you're headed, any guidance around this situation, like what are some very specific guidance to help you in this? And then we'll look at, we'll talk to this King and Knight and see what's going on with these two. And then we'll tap into any signs that we're picking up on here. And I mean, there's some big fire sign energy with these two. So again, that would be Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I mean, we have some water and air too, but for some reason, you know, different tarot readers pick up on, like, let's say the Queen of Cups differently. Some people say it's Cancer, some Scorpio. I usually just generally say water signs, unless for some reason, like, I'm just intuitively picking up on a sign. And for some reason today, I'm like heavily picking up on Cancer with this. So I'm going to pick up on Cancer. And the same with this Queen of Swords, I'm picking up on Gemini. So we're going to also pick a card for Gemini and Cancer. All right. I'll see you over in the extended. Have a good April, Leos. I'll see you in the next one.